Assalamu alaikum. Namaste, hotep, shalom alaikum, peace. This is Tracy Lene Muhammad, and your view is of me taking my brisk walk in nature. The weather is cooperating today. When I came out, I looked onto the water, and you can barely see. The fog is high, so it's really limited visibility. And my first thought went to, I wonder if Kobe and the other 8 persons on that flight looked out and saw that fog, how did they decide to still get in a helicopter? I don't know. And I'm not judging it and saying what I would have done because I don't know. I wasn't there. And one of the things I have learned in my 51 years sojourning in the person of Tracy Lene Dickerson, now Tracy Lene Muhammad, is it's easy for me to say what I would do when I'm not presented with that situation, which just means I'm blowing smoke out my ass, just deciding what somebody else should do based upon what I wasn't even faced with to do. We do that a lot. Social media gives everybody a voice, and while I think that's real important that you have your own voice, it is just that, your voice. I made the decision not to comment on other people's voices unless it is somebody that I'm close enough to that my 2 cents would not be seen as me contradicting them, but just giving a different perspective. But just in general, I've decided everybody has the right to think what they want to think, how they want to think it, and when they want to think it. As I'm on this nature walk, breathing in, as Ralph Smart says, that good ass prana, baby. If you don't know who Ralph Smart is, he is one of the most inspiring people on YouTube now. You can Google him or go to YouTube and type in Infinite Waters. His name is Ralph Smart. I was blessed to be introduced to him by a really good soul sister of mine about 2 years ago. And I'm so grateful that she spends a lot of time doing a lot of self-work, so she kind of points out to people when she thinks that it's something. She knows my personality very well. So if she shares it with me, I know I should watch it. So he's always talking about breathing in that good ass prana, baby. And I do like to breathe in fresh air and the water. I'm breathing in air from a lake, so I'm really opening up my lungs. I don't know if you can see it now. Look at how you can't even see, but it's something mysterious about that as well that makes me want to go out in it to see how far I can go. I don't know if it's that whole human want to live on the edge thing. Anywho, this morning as I'm walking, I was listening to a woman called Manifesting Moon, one of her mantras, and about bringing in prosperity. And the reason why I've decided to focus in on prosperity is because there's lots of things that I want to do while I'm still in a body that require moolah, money. Money is very important. And somehow we've been sold a bill from people who would benefit from us not having money, that money ain't that important, that you don't need money, that money don't make you happy. Well, I don't know about you, but it takes money to have a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food in your belly. And that indeed makes me happy. So money is the means to get to that. And as I'm listening to her chants, what came to me is the reason why most people who've experienced gaining lots of wealth never speak about money as coming, but as being here, is because I used to say, they say, well, speak as if things are already there. I'm like, but that's lying. It ain't really there, so you're lying. But actually, you're not. When you speak of something as if it's already here, then you begin to look for it immediately, and then it can show itself. But if you believe, good morning, if you believe that it's coming, then the urgency isn't there because you're believing it's coming. So you're kind of like waiting for it instead of looking for it. Just try it. for a whole day. Speak as if all of the things that you don't readily see in your world are already here. Instead of saying money is coming to me, if you're looking for money, say money is here and I am circulating it in the best possible way. Just try it. Can't hurt to try, can it? If I'm not correct, you'll find that out and you'll go back to doing it your way if that works better for you. My job as a being of sovereign light is just to share what I've learned, what works for me. And even if it doesn't work for me, doesn't mean it won't work for you. So you may get that from somebody else. The tools that I use that work best for me are meditation, yoga, tapping, Dianetics, talk therapy, and breathing while I walk. Those are things that help me get through when life is becoming a little uncomfortable for whatever reason. They help me. I've never experienced trauma to the level that stopped my heart like some people have. So I would never give you advice on something I've never been through, but there are plenty of teachers who can give you advice on things such as, now I've had 2 stillborns, and I think for me, that was very difficult, but there was a comfort in me that knew and believed that I was just chosen as a vessel for them to complete a complete soul cycle to ascend higher. So because I believed that, it made it easier. And truthfully, because I did love them, because I grew them inside of me, it would be difficult, more difficult, damn near impossible for me to lose one of the children that I've held in my arms and nurtured and have been able to see grow up and become. I have 4 amazing children. I surely do. I'm so grateful. And so that would be more difficult, but I've not experienced that, and I pray that that's not on my path. But if that is on your path, there are plenty of people who can help you if you decide that you want to be helped. And I would encourage you to reach out to them so that you can experience much more life. It'll never go away, and it will indeed be your new reality. But you can perhaps take solace in some other things. I don't begin to want to tell you how to handle that. I couldn't begin to understand what Vanessa or any woman who's lost their husband and lost a child would be feeling now. I can't and I won't pretend to understand it because it's never been me. Anywho, I really just came to share with you that the whole process of things like I weigh 168 pounds now. I've been saying that. And guess what? My body won't accept foods that won't make that a reality. It's almost like my body is saying, look at here, girl, look at here. Now, if you want us to make this a reality, you're going to have to get rid of X, Y, and Z. You're going to have to follow the actual way that works for you, which is eating 1 meal a day, or some people call it intermittent fasting. That's what works for you. You're going to have to do that. And so 168 is my reality, and it's becoming real. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Speak as if those things that you want are happening now. The Bible says that. For those of you who prescribe to that way, the Bible says, speak of those things in which you wish to be as if they had already are. That's real powerful. Let's try that. Let's be who we want to be right now. Let's go ahead and decide it, and let's live it. And let's understand that if you truly believe you want it, then it's already yours. You go have an amazing day. I'm going to go do the same, and we'll meet up again. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, hotep, shalom alaikum, peace out to Brooklyn and everywhere else.